Now, for all of you who think fruits are snacks, things that you eat between meals, well, Susan Ajibade is here to dispel that myth. Now, she is the CEO of Splash Greens Healthy Meals, and we'll be discussing fruits in detail. So, typically, I mean, growing up, when you think about fruits, you're thinking, oh, balanced diet. So let me eat my rice and beans, and then an orange. So, but now you're saying fruits are actually whole meals if you choose them right.
All right. If you say you're having your fruit as a snack, it's not. It's still good, all the same. But then you can have your fruits and vegetable as a whole meal. It can serve as your breakfast, your lunch, or your dinner.
Most people say that if they eat like fruits or vegetables and things like that by themselves, it just feels like you haven't eaten. Like you just still feel like I need to eat proper food.
Well, it depends on people mindset and the way we've all been brought up. You know, especially those of us like me that grew up in the village. You know, your mother had to feed you with the food. Your belly had to be grown for them to know that you've actually eaten.
Yeah.
But then, if you've grown up at time you're used to heavy foods, then growing up and someone asks you to just eat a medium size of orange as breakfast, it's going to be weird. So that is why it's good for us to inculcate the habit of eating while the kids are growing up right now, so they get used to it. So actually, your fruits and vegetables, they can serve as a whole meal and you're filled. Even as an adult, you can still groom yourself to that level that if I have a serving or portion of fruits, then I'm done for my breakfast, especially for breakfast. Your breakfast ought to be light and good. So fruits are usually the go-to for your breakfast.
Okay, so let's talk about choices, because that's one of the things that I know would also help in creating a balanced diet, because I think that's one of the biggest challenges that people feel when they're then going exclusively for fruits, or vegetables. So how do I make, what kind of choices would I make in order to be able to create the right balance?
I think you need to know your fruits. Virtually every fruit that we have, that God has created. In the Garden of Eden, I don't think there was pounded yam or something. Even
well, there were yams. There were probably
yams or something. I wasn't there, but then we were made to know that there was apple, there were vegetables, there were greens. There's this saying that people, that vegetarians, vegans, that they live solely on fruit and vegetable. And there's this saying, I'm not sure how true that is, that they have the tendency to live longer. If when they feed on they feed on fresh fruits, fresh vegetables. So if you know your fruits very well, you know that this food contains some quantity of your protein, your vitamins, your minerals, your carbohydrate. So if you know them very well, then you would know how to, portion them, that if I'm having my banana has carbs, I am taking in my carbohydrate. If I am taking my strawberries, my kiwis, they can give me a portion of the protein I need. If I'm taking my avocado, then I can have my healthy fat, my monounsaturated fat. You have to know your fruits to actually be able to live solely on this. Or if your liver no carry am.
Yeah, I see what you mean. So if because now you're focusing on fruits as whole meals, it sort of changes your lifestyle.
Yeah.
And one of the challenges that we have in Nigeria is that a lot of fruits are seasonal. And apart from that being seasonal, changing your lifestyle in that regard also means that your foods become more expensive. Because, for instance, an average Nigerian will say to himself, you know what? With 70 naira or 100 naira, I can buy bread, and another 20 naira buy a tea bag and just have breakfast. So now you're telling me that I should change my lifestyle, which will make it more expensive. Are there cheaper options?
If you're buying from a store, definitely a store person will charge you for either VAT or their service charge, the process, and all of that. But if you're doing it for by yourself in the house. If you buy, let's say, a 200 naira worth of pineapple, you might not necessarily have to consume that 200 naira worth of pineapple at a go. You might have to cut into half, take one for probably dinner, the other one for lunch, and like that. I think it's cheap to prepare them by yourself. And talking about how fruit could be seasonal, you know, different fruits, you can weigh your options. You can, okay, if mango is not in season, what other fruit has the benefits and whatever that mango has that is in season right now that I can, you know, swap
It's
with.
one of the things that I also wanted to talk about with the expensive ones. So strawberries are typically not grown in Nigeria. Or even if they are,
they
well,
are
in
right
small
now
quantities.
in Jos
So, but most of it is imported.
Yes.
And so it's a bit expensive. You can only get them in stores, in a cooler, and things like that. So how, if I'm looking for alternatives to say strawberry and the benefit and the proteins in strawberry, what alternatives should I be looking at that are Nigerian grown?
Basically, strawberry, vitamins, folates, those are the benefits of strawberries. I think you can get your vitamins from fruits like your oranges. They can substitute for your vitamins. Folates, I'm not sure. But I think Nigerians are seeing the need for this. How do we substitute? That is why we started growing our own. And I think it's widely becoming, because for the past 2 years, I don't think I've ever shopped strawberry from
the international market.
So that's a good, Jos, you know, so the problem is actually solving out gradually. Of you having to, but then we still can't do without the imported ones at times, you know.
All right, so if I'm sitting down breakfast tomorrow,
okay.
Right. Of course, I'm not used to it because everybody wants to eat something heavy, so that's, you know, you're going to do your heavy lifting during the day. So let's say I'm sitting down to breakfast tomorrow.
Okay.
What would you recommend? Full-grown man, not used to it. What are the things that you would put in a plate?
On a table?
On the table to say, this is your breakfast. You're not eating anything else till lunch.
Okay. Like you have said, strawberry, you might not have easy access to strawberry.
So let's say strawberries out of it,
so I'll just give you a tropical fruit, which is your pineapple. It's everywhere right now. Then I'll probably add a banana that could help you with the energy to sustain you for the day.
So just a single banana or two?
No, maybe two.
Okay,
maybe
two bananas.
Bananas. You know they have sizes too as well. Okay, maybe 2 medium sizes of banana. Then maybe I'll add grapes for you.
Some grapes.
The seedless grapes or there's the orange, like the citrus kind of grapes. So either of the two, I'll give them to you for a perfect breakfast.
So that's breakfast?
Yes.
I'll probably be hungry in 2 hours or less. From all the energy, but I think that's a good one. So that's a good place to start.
Yes.
So if there's someone who said maybe they want a little more feeling apart from this breakfast, what would you then recommend that is also healthy?
I think what I gave to you is actually good, because banana, well, it depends now on body type. Banana is a very filling fruit. Then another option that I love to mention, if you really want to have your fruit filling, you might either want to turn them into maybe smoothie. Then, smoothie is when you blend different kind of fruits and vegetables together. So when you blend them, that means you have 5 or maybe 6 of your fruits in one. Yeah. And when you're doing that, to fill you up, you might want to add a little banana. Okay. Trust me, if your tummy is not as blown as mine or any other person, then I think that should do you for the day. Yeah.
And of course, these are deliberate things that you can then, deliberate steps you can then take to ensure that it becomes a lifestyle for you. So in the evening, what would you then recommend if I had that kind of breakfast?
Breakfast.
And then if I had this kind of breakfast that you just mentioned, what would you recommend for evening, for dinner? If it was exclusively fruits.
Exclusive fruits, maybe I'd say watermelon. Watermelon is, it's like 92% of water, helps you stay hydrated and all. I'd say maybe you should just take, because you're going to sleep, so you need something that will digest easily. I'll just say you stay on watermelon solely, except of course you get hungry in your sleep.
Yeah.
But then watermelon is just a good dinner.
Okay, so
Yeah.
obviously, I mean, this is like I said, it alters your lifestyle. Obviously,
Yeah.
you're going to lose weight if you're eating consistently like this and all of that.
Then do not get it twisted about saying that fruit only makes you lose weight. It depends on how the angle at which you're looking at it from. The same fruit that, it's so, contradictory that the same fruit that you consume to lose weight might also help you to gain weight. Because the popular saying outside is, I want to lose weight, I want to lose weight. Meanwhile, some skinny ones want to add weight. So when you go to them and say, oh, I want to add weight, so I don't think I need food. And I'll tell them that you can actually add weight by taking some of this fruit too. Like fruits like avocado serve two purposes. Avocado could make you lose weight and could also make you add weight, depending on how you consume them. So it's not only about weight loss. You could either maintain your weight, lose weight, or add weight. It's either the same.
Wow, Susan Ajibaji, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Yami.
I'm not taking that challenge yet of eating fruit
better.
exclusively, but we'll see what happens.